Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Roger in Danville has chimed in. Petrino took over. I said Hogs would go 0-7. Remember, Bo?
Roger's one of these guys that, like, at 7 in the morning, going to be a terrible day. I don't care what everything's going to fall apart. They're not any good. They suck. And then at 5 o'clock, I told you it's going to be a terrible day. Congratulate me on being right. Where's my trophy?
You know, everybody's like, traffic stacked up. You're going to be like,
I predicted
what
that.
What are you smiling
The
about?
Chuck
I
and Bo
called
Show.
it. I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo
There we
show?"
go.
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Let me just say, it's 24 degrees outside, and I'm in no way, shape, or form prepared for this. Not psychologically, not physically, I am not ready for cold weather.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm just going to pause time.
You came in with a beanie on.
I did. It was
and
cold.
didn't take it off for quite a while.
I just took it off like we're within 60 seconds of it being taken off. I wore it in the house yesterday. It was cold.
Did you sleep with your hood on?
I'll tell you, if I thought about it. I thought about it.
That is a good feeling. I don't know if you've ever tried that, but when it's cold,
I've done that.
and you just go ahead and get in bed with a hoodie on, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
put the hood up. And
I've done that.
It's nice on the dome.
Just
The
kinda
bald
just-
dome.
It does.
Yeah.
It feels
Bald
good.
guys.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it is. Chuck walked in this morning. The door opens, and you can always hear the door slam at the bottom of the stairs, just the way the door shuts.
Yeah.
And he comes about halfway up the stairs, and normally he's like, "Good morning." And
You
today,
make it sound so good.
He says morning. Morning.
Yeah.
No good.
I mean, it's jovial.
No adjective.
And
just morning.
yeah, that's fair. And then today it was brr.
Yeah.
That was it.
It was cold. I felt
Halfway
it.
up the stairs.
Well, you get in the car and you're in the garage, and so you don't really feel the full effects of the cold. And then you get out and you got to walk across the parking lot and everything, and that's when you feel the breeze.
Always the showman when he walks into this building.
Well,
he's
that's
ready
right.
for the show.
That's right.
He has opening lines for the crew.
That's exactly.
And then he has opening lines for the show.
That's right.
But it is.
Yeah,
It was chilly yesterday, but today now this morning. What's our high today? It is. Let's see.
40.
Let's see. Let's go to the
40.
notes.
Bart changed the weather.
Only getting up to 40 today.
That's how it's written.
That is how it's
Cold period, starting off in the low 20s period, only getting up to 40 today.
Basic. Just basic. I mean, you don't need all the show.
there's
you don't
no-
need super
What
Doppler.
else do
You
you
don't
want?
need any of that.
There's no
What else do you
frills.
want?
There's no fluff. It's
No.
just only getting up to 40 today.
It's going to be chilly.
I like this because we can tell people exactly where the day's headed. Mm-hmm. Not very warm.
Not great. not off to a good start
Yeah,
this week.
I mean, it's fine.
Just grab a
It's
coat
really
this
not.
morning.
It's okay.
you
It's
know.
really not
Will
fun.
the sun be out at any
yes.
point today?
Yes.
See, I
We'll-
mean,
we'll
that's
see, we will see
I,
the sun
I
today.
can deal with cold if we have some sun. I just don't like it when it's really windy and overcast. Also, I don't like it when it's windy at all, but particularly windy and cold. But I mean, you got to just find the blessing in there somewhere, and it's the sunshine for me. And breath. We'll take the breath. We'll take the air. It is 6:05. It's Monday, and it's have we gone past fall? The leaves are beautiful, but they're flying off the trees.
Well, they're they're a good windy weekend away.
The foliage.
from going away. The foliage is not going to be with us much longer. Now, I will say this: I was in Michigan, obviously, and it's full-fledged wintertime up there. Snow was falling as we got on the plane to
Saw
come
that
home.
in the Bears game yesterday.
and so it's not quite that, but I guess it's coming.
How was East Lansing? I know they lost. Tough game, close game, a Michigan State kind of game. And we'll get into it, but East Lansing.
It's my first time there. It could very well be my only time there. I mean, I don't know. You never know how life's going to work out.
But for our vacation plans,
It's not in the plans right now. There may be a ball game or something up there at some point. It's a Midwestern industrial town. It was cold. I mean, it was your stereotypical industrial Midwestern city. And I noticed Cal said after the game, and I'd said the same thing on the bus earlier. I don't know if I ever knew that Lansing was the capital of Michigan. You know how when you're kids, and you play you got to know the capitals.
Yeah.
And I know the vast majority of them. But I have to admit, I did not know that Lansing, or I'd forgotten that Lansing, Michigan, was the capital of Michigan. And then, of course, East Lansing, where the university is.
My dad grew up in Kentucky, and
Yeah.
then I spent most of my
Frankfurt.
life in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, Elizabethtown's where he grew up.
Yeah.
But in the barbershop, the
Chuck's
joke
on the Capitol thing.
Yes.
Well, the joke was, how do you pronounce the capital of Kentucky, Louisville or Louisville?
Yeah.
And it's meant to get you to, obviously deliver the pronunciation of the city.
Right.
And my dad didn't go for it. He said Frankfurt.
Yeah.
And I never forgot it. Well, so I've always known the capital of Kentucky. And but that joke works more than it should.
Yeah.
It tells you where we are.
I would imagine it probably fools some people.
Yeah, it works quite a bit.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, it's a
That's a
classic
trick question.
barbershop dad
Yes,
joke. Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
a trick question.
Yeah, that is a true
That's
trick question.
Oh yeah. The dads love that. Well, man, I was just sitting there going, "Dang it, these guys! This is good for them. This is good for them." It was kind of frustrating, but we watch other college basketball teams, and Arkansas is right there with everyone else in terms of talent. But, when you turn the ball over and, you miss shots and you miss free throws and you don't have your best guys playing their best, Michigan State felt like a team that had been challenged by their coach, as they were last week, when he said, if we play like that against Arkansas, we're going to get our butts kicked. And you knew they'd come out and play hard.
They did. I don't think Arkansas played particularly well. I think they're a lot better than they played
That's right.
on Saturday night. And I'm not avoiding giving Michigan State credit. I'm just saying that I think Arkansas
I think the better team
well,
lost.
maybe so. I mean, Michigan State was a better team Saturday night. They did what they had to do to win the game. I do think Arkansas is probably a more talented team, but no, it was a true road environment. I mean, it was it is basketball season up there. I mean, they filled the place up, and it was a real basketball atmosphere. I doubt, honestly, that there'll be more than maybe one or two in the SEC that are as good as what that was in terms of a basketball atmosphere. So that part will help them. They made some mistakes. They got beat to the basket more than once. And but as Cal has said, you either win or you learn this time of year. I guess ideally you do both, but this time was just a learning experience.
This was enjoyable. I'm glad that we came up here, and you want to win every game. At this time of the year, you win or you learn. We learned. We learned about each other. Guys got to take responsibility, hold themselves accountable. That's hard.
That's kind of what I was thinking when I was watching. It's going to be good for them.
Oh, I think so.
It can't be
Well,
really. This is why you play games like this.
It certainly didn't hurt
early
the
on.
season. I mean, I don't think there's any kind of like long-term effects that are going to come from that loss. I don't think it was crushing or anything like that. So yeah, that's one of the things you can do in basketball is you can play early season games, and if you lose, it's not the end of the world. I'm not suggesting it's good, but it's not the end of the world.
Foul trouble actually played a big role.
It
too,
did.
especially in the first half.
It did.
Had half the team with 2 fouls.
And so there were lots of things that happened Saturday night that we'd not seen, and certainly the first official game or the 2 exhibition games. Michigan State did at the outset some things very similar to what Memphis did at the outset of the exhibition game over there. But Memphis is not as good as Michigan State, and they weren't able to sustain it. They really didn't do much in the second half at all. Memphis didn't. Michigan State. Arkansas really struggled to put points on the board. Really, they struggled to get shots up in the early part of the second half. I think the first 8.5 minutes, they only made 2 baskets in the second half. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, only had 9 field goal attempts. So Michigan State really played well on the defensive end after halftime.
Camp Ward led their effort with 18 points and 10 rebounds. We'll get into the game as we go here. But the Hogs lost by 3 at Michigan State. LSU and Arkansas this Saturday morning at 11:45. The Tigers are a 6.5 point favorite. Yeah, they played Alabama pretty well. We'll see what kind of team Arkansas has for this game in Death Valley for brunch. It'll be brunch in Death Valley.
It's 11:45.
Yeah, I guess you could even say that's lunch.
Yeah.
I mean, 11:45 is in the lunch window.
Because when you go to lunch,
Yeah.
Generally it's an 11:30 deal. You want to beat the crowd.
That's you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you go to 11. I mean, you know, so it could,
I'm not against that.
no, but I mean, a lot
soon
of
as
people
they
would say
open.
11's brunch.
Well, I don't know. I think
11:45,
anything
you
after
know.
11 qualifies as lunch. Anything before that, debatable.
We lost a dear friend,
We sure
a
did.
legend last night, or over the weekend.
Yeah.
Mike Nail passed away at the age of 80. He had been sick and you know, died with friends and family around him. And 29 years, the longtime voice of the Razorbacks, and Chuck will forever be remembered for the Scotty Thurman shot,
Oh,
the
yeah.
national championship.
Beck looking inside, nothing there. Spits it out to McDaniel. Exactly 1 minute to play. Shot clock's at 10. Beck to the baseline, spits it out to Stewart. Right side, Thurman. He's open for three. Good! Scotty Thurman with his third three. Arkansas leads it by 3 with 48 seconds to go.
Nolan Richardson has said, like, when you go back and hear it, and you hear the crowd and Mike's voice with it, it really sinks in, the memory and the accomplishment.
You know, I thought about this yesterday, and just listening to that there kind of drives it home. You know, Mike was 80 years old when he passed away Saturday night, and, you know, he was barely 50, might have still been 49 when that national championship game was played, and you can hear the youth in his voice. I mean, you really can. I think about it, gosh, he's almost 15 years younger than me. That's terrible. And but you can really hear the youth in his voice. I mean, the strength. And you know, I can tell you a million stories, and I know you can too, Bo. And you know, I encountered Mike in 1993, my second year doing baseball. Mike was, as you guys say, in between TV gigs, and he did baseball with me for like 3 or 4 years. And I'm telling you, those are probably, if there are 3 or 4 more formative years in my professional life, I'd be hard pressed to find them. And boy, what an example, what a mentor, and a wonderful friend, and just a great guy. And man, I'm going to miss him, and lots of other people are too.
Well, I owe Mike coming to Arkansas.
I know.
You know, he hired me, and for some people, that's not a good thing to say about him.
Well, he would laugh with you about that now. I know he would.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there were times along the way there where he wasn't happy he did that either. But man, I remember he picked me up at Drake Field. That's when the airport was at Drake Field, and it was like you were flying private, but you weren't. And you got off the plane and you walked across the tarmac.
Yeah, you walked down the stairs to the
airport.
outside.
And he picked me up, and we went over to the Clarion Inn.
Yeah.
And we had breakfast and maybe a cigarette, and we talked about it. We talked about it. Those were different times. And, man, what a charm of a guy to work with and for.
He was just a great friend, and he was a broadcaster's broadcaster, number one. Mike listened to every basketball game on the radio. I know the game was playing Saturday night. Mike listened to every game, and I knew Mike listened to every game. And it mattered to me that I knew Mike listened to every game. It mattered a lot. And his approval was the only approval that mattered to me when it started, just to be real blunt.
That's great.
But, you know, a lot of people forget Mike started sports rap. He's the one that came up with the name.
He did it all.
He did it for less than a year, I guess. And Arkansas had won the national championship in basketball. And you know, he went back into television. You know, long story short, might have been about the time he hired you. I don't know. And so he stopped doing it. And he might have done it a year, but it was his show. And I kind of stepped in there. And then ended up doing it for, you know, almost 13 years.
Well, to come to Arkansas and not know anyone and have Mike be who he was know everyone. And it certainly made the transition for a young 22-year-old a lot easier. And, you know, he was a great mentor in telling you about Arkansas and helping you understand what Arkansas was all about. And I just, his humor, one time, I did a story. I was the reporter then, or the weekend anchor, and I did a story about, I don't know, something going on in the training room. And Dean Weber at the end, I said, you know, I'm reporting from, you know, the University of Arkansas for 4029 News. And then Dean Weber came over as I was saying that and put a piece of tape across my mouth. And Mike said, thanks for doing all of us a favor to Dean. And then another time, you remember the drink, the soda, I guess it's still around, Squirt.
Yeah.
He'd say, we finally found Bo's drink.
Yeah, that's funny.
A
That's
lot of that.
funny,
We
yeah.
had a lot of good times.
Yeah.
I'll remember those. But we're thinking of Mike's family today
absolutely.
and the impact and the legacy. Went in the Arkansas Sports Writers, Sportscasters Hall of Fame back in 2022. But iconic. His voice and his presence in Arkansas will be remembered forever. He passed away at the age of 80. And we just take a second this morning to remember our friend and longtime voice of the Razorbacks, Mike Nail.
I could be mistaken, but I did read it.
It's pretty
It
even.
could have been incorrect, but I did read it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
That's special.
we're running out of time for the fall foliage.
The fall what?
Foliage.
Okay. Is it foliage or foliage?
It's foliage.
Foliage.
It's 3 syllables.
Foliage.
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 It's foliage.
Foliage. Yeah.
Foliage.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I thought about that. I was on the bus up there in Michigan, and we were driving down the road, and there were leaves. It's much more wintertime up there, and I thought, they're about to finish their foliage up here. It's how you smile when you're sitting by yourself and people look at you like you're an idiot. I can have that moment.
Well, I mean, we sound like idiots when I hear
I
that.
I know that. We do.
Raise my hand first because I couldn't have. You could have. My life could have been on the line, and I would not have been able to tell you that.
Yeah.
I think I've had it wrong. I'll be honest. I haven't said it 5 times in my entire life. That day we said it like 20.
Yeah.
But Bart, how is fall going for you?
Yeah. How was the weekend? How were the locks?
How is everything?
The locks were okay.
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Iowa got them.
Yeah, and that
Iowa.
What happened there?
really just pissed me off. If I'm going to be honest with you,
Yeah.
Oregon
that'll
scored
happen when you lose.
Oregon scored and went up, and they were covering. They were covering for the entire fourth quarter until they weren't at the very end. And then I was sitting there watching the game.
That's one way to look at it. The other way was Iowa was a 2-point conversion away from tying the game.
Right, and I was sitting there watching the game, and as that unfolded, I was like, I need Iowa to go for 2 and get this 2-point conversion, because if they do, then overtime is in play, and overtime would mean I'm still gonna have a chance here. And the one thing I have ever asked of Iowa, and they did not accomplish it. They failed the 2-point conversion. They lost the game.
One thing he's ever asked of Iowa.
Yeah. Just
Cover
one
my bet.
request. One request.
Cover my bet.
But Texas Tech destroyed BYU, and Wake Forest, Dan Enos, beat Virginia outright.
Yeah.
Wake Forest won the
Held
game.
them to 9 points. Held them to 9 points. The Chandler Morris juggernaut.
What is with that Wake Forest defense?
I don't know, but
They held
Dan
SMU
Enos
to
isn't
12
coaching it.
points.
Yeah.
Well, when you can't score, you need to be pretty good defensively.
Wait,
You're
are
gonna
you
have a chance?
Are you not giving any credit to Enos for winning the game?
No, I'm giving credit to Enos for scoring enough points to win the game.
Did you watch that game?
No, I'm
What was the
I'm
final?
not that much of a sicko.
What
It was 15-9, I believe.
Yeah, it was a thriller. Was there a touchdown scored? Well, no.
What is their
I guess there
record?
was a failed conversion somewhere. I don't know.
What is,
I have
what
no
is
idea.
the record of the Demon Deacons?
I don't know.
Wake Forest. That's the
I'll
second
tell ya.
game that has come to light that they've won like that.
They are.
Virginia has their ACC hopes
They're 6-3.
dashed. They're going to a bowl.
Well, you see, the ACC is a wild place this year because you currently have Georgia Tech, Virginia, Pitt, SMU all tied at 5-1 in conference play. Duke is 5-4 overall. Duke is 5-4 overall, but 4-1 in conference play. So they're still alive for the ACC title game. So you have
What a time to be alive.
you have
in
5
the ACC.
teams. Really, I mean, you could even throw Louisville and Miami still in there. I mean, you have 5-7 teams fighting for a spot in the ACC championship game and for the one playoff bid that they're going to get.
Man, that's exciting. The ACC network must be going bananas.
Oh, they're just counting money.
Eyeballs everywhere.
Printing money right now.
Oh, what's going to happen in the ACC?
Well, except they aren't because nobody can watch it unless you have the ESPN app right now.
Now, did I see something
they're on
that
the
was
CW too,
Didn't
aren't
I
they?
see something that was getting? Yeah. Didn't I see something that was getting fixed, or YouTube was offering rebates or something?
You
gotta
can
fill
now
out.
you can now get a $20 YouTube TV credit, but instead of them just applying it to your account, you have to like go in and apply for
it's
the
the
credit.
voucher thing when they've totally hosed you on the airline, and they're like, if you'll just get in line, all 250 of you, if you'll just get in line, we're going to give you a voucher, $69 for the nicest hotel here in Dallas. And you're like, am I going to, it's already 2 a.m., am I going to stand in this line and it's going to be 3:30 a.m. when I get out of here to save $69 that then probably, who knows, isn't even really going to maybe work? No, I'm going to go get a hotel immediately because I'm tired. But hey, if you'll stand in line for an hour and a half while you're already gone,
That
tired.
sounds wildly reminiscent of a story.
Jeez.
Two things are going to happen this week, boys. YouTube and ESPN are going to settle their deal, and the government's going back to work.
Yeah, let's
Both
go.
those things are going to happen
Let's
this
go.
week. Write
Let's
it down.
go.
Write it
The
down.
world comes back around.
It's time.
Yes. YouTube TV and the government shut
I
down.
am writing that down.
Okay,
Please do.
write
Put
it down.
Put it down
Write-
as a guarantee.
Put it
That's
on a
lock.
sticky note.
Chuck's
put it over
lock.
there on your deal.
Chuck's
I'm
lock.
out. Sticky notes,
ESPN and
but
YouTube hug it out this week, and the government gets back to work. Get those planes back in the air. Let's
get
go.
Get it going. Get everything moving again. Let's go. We don't have we got life going on.
Enough's
Real
enough.
life. Oh, jeez. November 10th. Man, have you done any Christmas shopping? yet?
Not a
You still
bit.
Waiting for Black Friday?
I may be waiting a little longer, actually. I'll start thinking about it
Do you
then.
wander into a store or do you wander online?
I don't do retail. I don't do retail. at
No
Christmas
brick and
anymore.
mortar. Oh, what do you do? Gift cards? Cash?
There are gift cards. Oh, yeah. I just throw money around.
I don't remember you walking around in here last year with $100 bills.
Passing out
Stacks.
bonuses.
Are you
Yeah.
are you
No, probably not.
Envelopes?
Yeah.
Cash?
Yeah.
Cash money.
Yeah. I'm going to hand out envelopes.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas,
No, it
man.
makes you feel good,
Yeah.
though. doesn't
Well, it does.
You
Yeah,
get your
yeah, it
favorite Christmas sweater on.
It does.
And get the fire going and a little holiday music and walk
Uncle
around
Uncle
and just
Chuck
Give away some
hand out
money.
some- hand out some money.
Give away some money.
$20 will do. Like, that's
Yeah.
fine. And you just feel like a big timer. And you go over to the bar and you have an old fashioned and you smile.
It's Christmas spirit right there. I've made it.
It's a wonderful life.
That's right.
Hey, the Christmas spirit can be had at Chevy of Fayetteville in November because the model year-end clearance on remaining new 2025 models is happening now. Score a huge savings. And Silverados, Suburbans, Tahoes, and more. The deals aren't going to last long because they're so good. Also, 0% is back for a limited time on the new 25 and 26 model Silverados, Trailblazers, Equinox, and EV models. November is the time to buy from Chevy of Fayetteville. Go see Chris, Mark, Denver, the rest of the guys there. Tell them that Bart was in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room and you had to come see him. Chevy of Fayetteville, together let's drive, almost 6:30. If you need an emergency contact, just write the Chuck and Bo Show. We'll be your emergency contact.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds: professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com. When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds. Make the right call.
Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here and there.
Just
Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I can't figure out if Chuck's playing a role here, or this is how he feels, or if he cares at all.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, what a finish to that Indiana-Penn State game.
Man, that was awesome.
Gus Johnson, who just, I don't know, he's fun.
I thought he was going to die right there on the air.
It completely broke him. You got to really listen. I don't know if you can understand what he's saying, but this is that catch in the back of the end zone. If you haven't seen it, you should. Indiana connects to I mean, they're in danger of losing the game there. And this guy somehow gets both feet in bounds while he's trying to be forced out of bounds. I mean, I don't know how, it's possible.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
I mean, physics, he defied physics with this catch and getting in bounds. But here's Gus Johnson.
Speaking of defying.
On the call.
In trouble! It's out! Touchdown! Wow! Unbelievable! What is he doing?
I think he said touchdown. Wow.
Yeah.
Couldn't understand the next one. Unbelievable.
Yeah, got that. Let's try again. Let's see.
In trouble! It's out! Touchdown! Wow! Unbelievable!
He said, what a play?
I don't
Unbelievable.
know.
What does he
the
say?
first part I don't know
What
either.
is he saying right here? What does he say?
I don't know. Something
I don't know what
Something
he
about
said.
Coldplay.
I have no idea. But that was a great play.
No, I mean, it was perfect in the moment. If you're watching TV, and you didn't really need to hear him say anything because you saw it all unfold. He does a great job.
Oh,
of
it
that.
sounded like a bunch of guys in their living room, just watching the game. And there's always one guy that just starts
wild,
screaming.
man.
And in this case, it was Gus Johnson.
Indiana goes to Penn State and escapes. Looked like maybe they were going to lose. What a drive they put together at the end. Here's Curt Cignetti after the game.
And you know what? This was an unbelievable win. I've seen a lot of stuff in my days. I've never seen anything quite like this.
There you go.
That was
Indiana soaring.
You know,
Are they going to be
was,
number one this week when the College Football Selection Committee comes out with their rankings?
Give me a break. They better not be.
Bard's still down on him.
No, well,
He thought it was a fluke play.
This is, again...
Chevy Fayetteville Situation Room. Here we go.
I'm tired of saying the same
Here we
thing,
go.
but the selection
Well,
committee
say
still,
it anyway.
they don't know. They don't know what the heck they're doing.
They don't know
What are you
what the
talking
heck
about?
they're doing.
What are you talking about?
They just overvalue the Big Ten time and time again, man. It's like
Man.
Indiana, Indiana's best win is against Oregon, right? Indiana, who just struggled to beat Penn State, their best win is against an Oregon team who had to survive against an Iowa team that is frankly just very mid. And they haven't played anybody. Ohio State hasn't played anybody. It's just a joke.
Who's good?
Bard's the only man in America. It's not that great a play. They're only
Well,
playing
look,
Penn
and
State.
then here's the deal. You look past Ohio State and Indiana. A&M has a better resume. Alabama has a better resume. Georgia has a better resume. Ole Miss has a better resume. I would even argue that Texas Tech has a better resume.
But it doesn't take away from the fact that was a great play, a great moment. We heard Gus Johnson's voice change right there on television.
It doesn't take away from any of that. It doesn't take away from any of that. No, it doesn't.
They're 10-0, 7-0 in the Big Ten.
But they're going to get exposed in the playoff just like they always do.
You think so? You think so?
Yes.
Are they going to win a game in the playoff? 2 games in the
Are
playoff.
they on upset watch in the opening round?
Well, they'll probably get a bye, so probably not.
Second round? Second
Yeah.
round. They got to come to Bloomington. It's going to be cold up there. Might be snowy.
Indiana.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't have to go. It'd be
so
a
what would you
neutral site
do
game.
if you were on...
I guess that's right. Be a neutral site.
So,
You're
Bart,
right.
just sum it up for us. What would you do with Indiana since you don't believe in them? Who is? I know
It's
we're
not that
ahead
I
of
don't
the-
believe in them.
You just think they're
I think
fraud.
I think they're getting too much credit for accomplishing nothing so far.
Well, where should they?
Oh, my God.
That sure sounds like that. You don't believe in them. I mean, what do you mean? I don't believe in them. You just said it.
I would have Texas Texas A&M number 1. I would have Alabama number 2. I'd have Ohio State 3rd. Georgia 4, Ole Miss 5, Indiana 6.
Oh, gosh.
Texas Tech 7, Notre Dame
So
8.
you would have 9-1 Ole Miss, 8-1 Georgia, 8-1 Alabama, who lost to Florida State, all above undefeated Notre Dame, who went into Happy
You mean
Valley.
Indiana.
Indiana. Who? I mean, I don't even know where that came from.
I think Notre Dame's better than Indiana right now too. If you want to get to the bottom of it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas Tech, Notre Dame. I think all of those teams would beat Indiana.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I think it's safe to say you don't believe in them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you can't say I don't believe in them, and then you name,
you
you know.
definitely don't
Well, I mean, I
10,
think they're a
15
top 10
teams that
team.
can
I
beat
don't
them.
think they're the number 2 team in the country.
Don't you like Cignetti though?
Yes.
Doesn't that help
Yes.
you? That helps the rest of
I
them.
wish he was the coach here.
Wow.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
But that doesn't change the fact that they just really haven't played anybody and haven't been tested.
I think Penn
Are
State's
you writing
pretty good.
this stuff down, Edward? I mean, you got me written down on like YouTube and the government. I mean, surely you can say, write something down on Bart.
Sure,
like,
I
they're fraud.
I mean,
Like,
Bart says a lot
Indiana's
of stuff.
a
So
fraud.
It's a lot of writing.
I know it might take 2 sticky notes. But,
Right.
you know.
I am out of sticky notes, by the
I'll
way.
rectify
so
that. I'll rectify that in the break.
Here's a
right here, left
package
hand.
of orange ones. Oh, look at that toss.
Very
How about
nice.
that?
Very nice.
That was just right over
That was
the,
a nice
the keyboard.
connection.
I mean,
It
right
really
over the
was
screen.
well
I mean, that was right on the
over-
palm.
Yeah, it was right there.
Caught him.
Not Jerry,
He was able to
but-
catch it in stride.
Yeah, that reminds me of one of my one of my lacking in judgment moments where I threw my phone into the lake to my friend and he caught it.
Wow.
Had he not caught it,
It was a clutch play.
it was a clutch play. But
tough.
after further review, not a good idea.
No,
Wasn't a good, felt like a great idea at the time.
That's going for it on your own 5 in the first quarter, right there. That's that'll get you fired.
Yeah, that way it could. Yeah,
Yeah.
That could get you in some trouble. But Bart has Indiana as a pretender. You said it was time to weed out the frauds that we're getting down to the crunch time. It's get rid of the pretenders,
and
bring
we-
on the contenders.
We did in a lot of ways. BYU, they lost. Iowa lost.
But they were never really contenders anyway.
Well, the playoff committee had them number 20.
But they weren't going to win the national title.
They were going to win the Big 12.
Yeah.
I mean, they were a Big 12 contender, but Bart called it early, said they weren't actually a contender, and that got taken care of.
And then Virginia got exposed. Virginia, by the way, is a 6.5-point underdog this week at Duke. 5-4 Duke. That tells you everything you need to know about Virginia.
Well, it does tell you a lot. Can I say this, though, before we go to a break? The camera work in the Indiana-Penn State game on that play. I will admit, I did not understand at the time how insignificant the moment actually was. I thought it was a big moment. But it was a great piece of camera work. I mean, you could see the guy. He's in the air. The Penn State guy's pushing him out of bounds, and he's looking down to see where his feet are.
He had to catch it at the top of his jump.
Yeah.
Like he had to fully extend as high as
You
he
will
could
never
get.
see a better play. I don't think.
The catch
You'll
was.
see some as
the
good, but I
catch
don't think
is
you'll see a better
as
one.
good a catch as you'll ever see.
Absolutely.
Especially in a moment like that.
Absolutely.
But at any time.
Some will equal it, but I don't know that you'll see one better.
To go up and get it like that and then to come down and somehow get both feet in.
Yeah.
I mean, that catch is one for the ages.
I mean, it was only Penn State, I know, but it was,
You said Penn State probably is a good football team. Probably James Franklin would still be there if they were getting the quarterback play.
If they had a dynamic quarterback.
They had a good quarterback.
I mean, if they really
the
did.
quarterback play has just not been there, and that's what's gotten them fired. That's how they lost the Oregon game in overtime. That's what started the dominoes. Isn't that crazy?
It is. Life can change pretty quickly.
Like, let's get
these
rid of
days.
James Franklin. The quarterback's not good enough. 6:44. Good morning, Chuck and Bo Show. We're full service here. We're like the concierge of sports talk radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yingling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yingling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
This fall, don't just pay for a heating tune-up. Make it part of a Paschal membership and get year-round benefits for your home. For as low as $8.99 a month, your annual tune-up is included. Plus, members get exclusive discounts on air, plumbing, and electric services. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your home, budget, and peace of mind with Paschal. Visit gopaschal.com to learn more and join today. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Alyssa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
I don't need Chat GTP. I've got Chuck GTP.
Amen. The Chuck and Bo Show.
You enjoy fake AI generated stories.
I do.
And getting scammed on the internet.
I do.
Facebook is for you.
That's what I like. That's what I want.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Brr. 649.
Oh, wow, we're back.
It's cold.
It is cold.
It's going to get all the way up to maybe 40.
Maybe.
Dress warmly today. I busted out of the house yesterday in a hoodie and some shorts. Got out of the truck in the old Home Depot parking lot. Let me tell you the irony in this, Chuck. I'm getting covers, for your faucets outside, with your hose.
Sure.
And I got shorts on, I was fighting it off for as long as I could, but it was like 39 degrees. Felt like 32. And I'm walking around with shorts on. Didn't last that long.
I was sporting shorts yesterday.
Today I don't think I'm going to do that.
I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself. I mean, you guys walking around in shorts. It's 40 degrees. Oh, it's cold. Well, you're wearing shorts, man.
I'm going to be honest. I actually kind of hung with it. I did some lawn work, like leaves and all that stuff.
That's great. Did you put the Christmas lights on the house?
I did not. I just,
I got mine up this weekend.
Yeah. Did you take pictures? You put it on social? Did you put it on your Instagram page?
No, but I can if you want to see
I wish you would.
All right, I'll do that today.
You got. If you're going to put the work in, show it to us.
I'll do that today.
Eric is in Fort Smith. Eric, happy Monday morning to you.
Good morning. It's chilly outside, fellers.
That's right, it is.
It sure is. I saw a guy selling soup on a stick on the way in here this morning.
I probably would have bought it. Would have warmed you up just a tad. You all ready for Suey's Band's Dumb Question of the Week?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if we are or not, but we're here, so let's just give it a whirl.
Do you think Saturday night's basketball performance is a good indicator on what we're going to be doing the rest of the season? Or do you think that's just going to be a stepping stone for what we all know as fans, or at least what we all want as fans, to be the conclusion of our basketball season?
Well, let me ask you, Eric. Eric, what do you? What is your answer to that question?
Well, as a longtime Arkansas Razorback fan, I would love to say that is just a stepping stone to what our future is going to look like.
You need therapy. You got to deal with your past.
I think Arkansas. I think every Arkansas fan needs a little minute details of therapy at some point from some of the amazing losses we've had throughout the years.
We got to learn to deal with our past, Chuck.
Well,
I keep saying we're going to do this, and I'm not even kidding. We've got to do it. We've got to have a therapist come in here and just help us work through the past and how today doesn't have to be yesterday. And this relationship and this team doesn't have to be your past one.
We do shows like this to avoid discussions like that. So let's just keep that out of the workplace, okay? Let's just that defeats the entire purpose of even being here. I'm as deep as I want to get in this room. Let me just tell you, I'm not going any deeper with you guys.
Chuck's like, I'll be damned.
Some things you're just gonna have to be left unspoken.
Jedi mind trick me into being hypnotized and the stuff that come out of my mouth.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not playing your little self-help game. I'm not doing that.
Playing your little self-help game.
Well, I think the question's rhetorical. Does anybody really believe that what we saw on Saturday is just going to continue? I'm not saying they won't have some games. I mean, that's basketball. But I think this team is everything they were before the game. And they played, quite frankly, about as poorly as they could and lost by 3.
You know, you win and lose games in November, and sometimes we look for all kinds of hidden meaning, and most of the time it's not there. You know, if we really are honest about it. We looked for deep meaning when they beat Purdue in an exhibition game, didn't find it. Beat Duke, had some moments. So early season games are just that, early season games, and you learn from them. Hopefully, you win the game while you're doing it, but sometimes you don't. I do think they will benefit from whenever they go to their first conference road game, which I guess is Ole Miss, if I'm not mistaken. That'll be a tough atmosphere. But there's not going to be 15,000 people there like they were at the Breslin Center Saturday night. So I think that is going to help them down the road. I think it benefits them down the road. We'll see.
I didn't expect Carter Knox to have 0 points and have 1 shot attempt and 4 turnovers.
I thought Arkansas played a little – I hate to use the word immature, but I don't think they played like a mature team on Saturday night. They rushed things, quick shots. I don't think that'll be the norm.
Yeah. I mean, it's just they still have all the pieces. I do think that if someone's going to give this team trouble, it might be a team with really good bigs. You know, when
That's
you look
fair.
at Florida, teams that, Michigan State, a little bit of that. But I think getting in games like this early on also helps you understand how to deal with that as you go. I mean, there's no substitute for actually playing against other teams that give you different things to deal with.
And Michigan State was in the Elite Eight a year ago. They're good.
Well, awesome. I mean, not a lot of teams win there for sure.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more, they carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Cycling meets vision with McDonald Eye and Zeo Optics for the See Better and Ride Better Vision Expo. Thursday, November 13th at 5:35 p.m. at the new McDonald Eye office in Rogers. Learn how LASIK can sharpen your sight for every ride and try on the latest Zeo sunglasses made for adventure. Enjoy free Zeo giveaways, LASIK discounts, beer from Bentonville Brewing, and the newest bikes from Meteor Bike. Plus a chance to win a free pair of Zeo shades. Just RSVP now at McDonaldEye.com.
So I spent yesterday, you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I got a regular hamburger there and, regular order of fries. And, it was good. I didn't, do cartwheels back at the hotel, but, it was good.
When do you do cartwheels is kind of what I'm...
Well,
that's a great question.
Lots of times it's when I'm alone. But,
the visual on that is priceless.
Well, the broken back would be the result of that.
Chuck doing cartwheels, now that is something that we could sell tickets to that.
Yeah, you could.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Going to be with John Calipari live tonight, Chuck, at Sassy's.
Sassy's on Steamboat Drive in Fayetteville.
7:03, the Hogs with a 3-point loss at Michigan State. Here's Cal.
No, they got 19 offensive rebounds, and 5 or 6 of them were 1 and 2, and where we have a chance to bust away a little bit, and we couldn't. So the guys didn't lose themselves into the team. Whatever the team needs me to do for us, we didn't play that way, and it's good for me to see, and it's good for them to see. Individually, when you do that and you're playing for yourself, it's hard. You're out there by yourself. You make a mistake, you trip over. When you lose yourself in a team, you're just doing what the team needs you to do and what you're capable of doing. So we didn't have that today, but give them credit. Tommy had them ready. Great place to play. We had our chances, as bad as it was. We had a chance to win the game.
69-66. Arkansas, a lot of paints in the point for paints in the points.
Yeah. They got to the basket
46 points in the paint.
Yeah.
For Michigan State. A lot of points around the rim. That's what Arkansas has been doing to people.
Eric asked a minute ago, will we see carryover? Michigan State's the type team that you're going to see in the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8. They're going to crash the glass. If you remember last year when Arkansas got eliminated by Texas Tech, they pounded them on the offensive glass. It basically was the difference in the game. I'll be interested to see how they do against Texas Tech next month. How do they fare then against a great rebounding team? And obviously Duke, Thanksgiving, we'll learn a lot more then too.
It's a little chilly this morning. It's, in fact, Bart calls it cold. And it's going to get all the way up to 40. How does a guy like a mountain man, Clay Henry, deal with that? Not very well.
Yeah. He loses phone service.
He just went away.
He just he was there and then he was gone.
That was a perfect lead-in.
I know, it was.
I thought he was going to talk about how he had a bowl of chili.
We bounced this back and forth for 5 minutes during the break. He was like, how do we want to bring Clay in? And we settled on that line, and you delivered it expertly.
Oh, I was just right
and
on.
then bang, he's not there.
And then bang, we're back to being unprofessional.
That's right.
That's
right.
Banging things up. Yeah, that can happen. It is going to be a cold week, though, right? Is it the whole week?
I think it's going to warm up later in the week. I do think that. I think that's what I read. Bart, is it going to warm up later in the week?
Yeah, okay.
Bart says yes.
Bart did say yes. All right, Clay, good morning.
Good morning.
How is a mountain man, a river man like yourself, deal with these temperatures as you arise at 7:05 on a Monday?
Yeah, I got up pretty early this morning. I came back from deer camp last night.
Okay.
Well,
tell us more.
What every rugged hunter did over the weekend. How'd it go, Clay?
Absolutely.
I saw some deer, but I didn't pull the trigger. They were either too far or too little, too far away.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. We ate good, and that's the goal.
That's deer camp. Good stories. Do you tell any good stories?
Yeah, me and my 2 college roommates, you guys would be really boring because y'all would just give up and leave because it's we've heard those stories for the last 42 years.
Yeah.
No more.
We've been through them.
You're probably right.
We've been through them. What do you think? Did you guys talk about that basketball game on Saturday?
Yeah, we
night?
watched it. Yeah, we watched it in the clubhouse.
What was the commentary? Clubhouse?
Yeah, they've got a clubhouse. It was built in the 30s by prison labor, no less.
Doesn't sound like any deer camp I've ever been to.
Oh, it's nice. Yeah. Yeah, I had my own bedroom, so that was good.
That's always always
we
a
watched
plus.
the basketball game, and the consensus is that they're going to be really good, but they're not quite there yet, and that they They got in early foul trouble. Their bigs did, and that was the story of the game. Is that Arkansas's bigs didn't quite play as well as what they suspected. They were supposed to be the old part of the team. They've got to improve.
Yeah,
that was the commentary.
Yeah. I mean, it did feel like it was a whole lot to be alarmed by, but at the same time, it felt different. Some guys didn't look the same.
So you don't get this very often. At least we haven't at Arkansas the last, 3 or 4 decades. A true road game in November, early November too.
At a place like that.
Arkansas just doesn't do that, and I knew going in that was going to be a tough victory. I mean, you can go up there 10 times and lose 10 times. If you just go through history of the people that have gone into Michigan State and tried to win conference games, non-conference, it just doesn't happen. So, and Cal knew that, and that's why he scheduled it. Let's go up there and show them that, we're not there yet.
I did my part. I just kept hammering the money line at Oakland Sports, just trying to will them to victory. It didn't work. Yeah. It didn't work, but I thought it was going to.
It doesn't work like that. Yeah. No, it doesn't.
But this team, I think, will be
you
just
fell into
fine.
the trap.
Yeah, well, I did. I did, and
Bart,
my emotions got the best of me.
Coach him better than that?
Well, listen, I mean, when it comes to Bart
had Arkansas covered.
Bart left me high and dry last weekend.
I should have talked to y'all before.
He went 0-3, and this weekend he bounced back to it. He went back to his normal 2-1 self. Of course, right after I abandoned him, he went back to his 2-1 self and his locks.
Ye of little faith.
Well, Bart. By the way, Clay, you could weigh in on this. Bart thinks Indiana's a fraud. He thinks they're a sham.
I have not used the word fraud.
He thinks they're scamming college football.
He's got them rated number 6 right now.
7, I think. He threw another team. He said Notre Dame's better than they
he said Notre Dame's better than Indiana.
And Texas Tech.
What are your thoughts, Clay?
His call dropped again.
Clay.
Yeah, he just texted me and said call dropped.
Where is he?
Bueller.
Where is he? That
what
his
is
call
the deal?
Is he on the river?
Well,
is he fishing this morning? Did he pull over to call us? I mean, that's twice.
I don't know what's going on with him. He just kind of does what he wants now. I mean, have you noticed? He just kind of does what. I'm not saying that.
He's earned it.
I'm envious in many ways.
But
he does what he wants.
I've been meaning to talk to you about this because I just want to make sure we got another 10 years together. I don't want you.
I'm good for another 10.
Getting into I need a decade of dominance from you.
I've told you I am in for. I'm in for another 10.
Okay, a decade.
I'm in for 10.
There we go. Here, let's do a blood contract right now. We'll get it done. Lane in Cave City. It was great to have Clay on.
I think he's going to try to call.
Good thought. Well,
he's going to call.
If he does, we'll come back to him. We'll wrap things up. Lane, good morning. What's happening? Are you with us? Yes.
Yes, sir. How are y'all doing this cold morning?
Oh, we're staying warm here in the studio.
Well, good. Yeah. No, I was just wanting to call in and kind of ask Bart a question. Of course, I mean,
kind of go ahead.
SEC. I'm an SEC guy, but still yet, could you not say the SEC's probably down this year more than it has been in the recent 5 years? Because you get to thinking Florida's down, LSU's down now that they fired Brian Kelly, Auburn's down. Of course, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Arkansas, we're at the bottom where we usually are. Texas really, I mean, they've kind of made a comeback a little bit, but they're not I don't believe in national championship contenders. Oklahoma isn't. I mean, really our only contenders are Alabama, Georgia, and Ole Miss. Am I wrong for thinking that?
I would say that I would actually make the argument that the SEC is as strong as ever. That there are just more really good teams.
But are those teams as good as an Alabama or Georgia of the past?
No, I don't think that. Look, this Alabama team is not a prime Nick Saban Alabama team, but could it still be the best team in college football? I think so. And when you throw, Texas A&M, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, look, Texas is even coming on. Oklahoma's pretty good. Vanderbilt is pretty good. Like,
are you saying they're all better than Indiana? Is that what you're trying to say?
At least the top four that I rattled.
4 SEC teams. So this would be the quote that will come out on my smart news app or whatever that is, today. That clickbait headline grabbing quote from Bart would be Bart Pullman in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room on the Chuck and Bo Show said today that 4 SEC teams are better than Indiana. At least 4.
That's the headline.
That's the headline.
That's
the 4
headline.
teams better than Indiana out of the Southeastern Conference. That's your statement.
I mean, I'm very pro SEC. You know that. But I don't know that I can go there.
Yeah, I don't either.
Look, I sit there and I watch the games and I'm like,
well,
Alabama.
I watch the games too, and I realize I'm, kind of a doofus. But
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I watch the games and I see Alabama play and I'm like, they're better than Indiana. I watch the games, I see Texas A&M play, I'm like, they're better than Indiana. Ole Miss better than Indiana. Georgia better than Indiana. Notre Dame better than Indiana. Texas Tech even better than Indiana. Like
Vanderbilt.
I think
I was with you on a couple of them.
I think Indiana would be a 3-point favorite on a neutral field
against Vanderbilt.
I
mean, Vanderbilt's pretty good.
It would be less than a touchdown for sure, I think.
Okay. I hear you. I just don't know if the SEC teams, the top 4 or 5 SEC teams are in this particular year a team that you can trust in the playoffs. Like, I can see an Indiana beating them. I can see an Oregon beating them. Or who else is going to be in the playoffs? I mean,
sure, but
I can just see them losing.
We also we have no concept, no grasp as to how good any of these Big Ten teams really are.
And why is that?
We just don't know because they don't play anybody, man. They don't play anybody.
I mean, there is an argument to be made there. Let's look at the Big Ten. Ohio State might be the best team. Like they might be better than any SEC team.
And I'm willing to concede that for sure. Ohio State's very good, but Ohio State again, they have not played anybody other than Texas in the opener. In which Arch Manning was making his first, not his first career start, but his first game as the full-time starter in the Horseshoe. And they barely won. They won 14-7.
Well, we'll have more to talk about when the rankings come out. When they play
UCLA and Rutgers the next 2 weeks. I mean, give me a break, man.
I think Pullman declares Cignetti a fraud.
I did not say that. In fact, I said the opposite.
Coming up next, it's time to get into the coaching search again, right?
Week 7. We are beginning week 7.
As Arkansas gets ready to go to LSU, Bobby Petrino on the show at this time tomorrow. 24 hours from right now, we'll be talking to Coach Petrino. Take a look at this LSU week. What was the bye week like? How's the health of the team? Are they ready to go to battle in Baton Rouge? It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. How do you bank better, Bart?
You go to First Security Bank.
Friendly local banking. That's what they have. Convenient locations all over the state. Bank better at First Security Bank, fsbank.com online. First Security Bank, member FDIC.
Bart, you speak like you're the only smart man breathing.
I take that as a compliment, I think.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
That's special.
We have a very strict goofing off policy around here. We're all for it.
Well, a certain amount's required. It's in our contract.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck, I did a little investigating over the weekend. We'll get into it. I'm sorry. What were you
No.
going to say?
I was just going to lead back into the segment with, week 7 of the coaching search.
Yeah,
again,
week 7.
Go to Bart and all that.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you've got something
Well,
pressing.
I mean, your Knicks hoodie looks great. Well, I will
Well,
say
thank you.
that.
And
You
your,
came in with
whatever that says,
Bridges
recovery. Sport recovery, yeah.
Yeah, development, Bridges
Did you get Edward one of those?
I did not.
Yeah.
They didn't offer up Edward one. I think it's probably
Did
because
you say, but what about Edward?
No, they gave Alyssa, the sports director for Varsity
Well,
Vibe,
she's the
one,
franchise.
and me because I'm the point of contact. And it's just one of these, mishaps. Again, my fault, but not thinking about the people working behind the
about the
scenes.
team.
To make,
It's about the team.
That's right.
Team.
That's right.
Into the team.
And obviously, I haven't done a good enough job building the culture here because people, it's like NIL deals.
Where's mine?
Where's mine?
Yeah.
Like you're in a
Did you
locker
give me one
room.
of those?
Yeah. Oh, well, I see.
Hey,
how
that's
it is.
really
Oh, you
nice.
got
Did you give
one.
me one?
So I give Edward this one, but it's too small for him.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? I'm going to get you one, Edward. I'm probably going to purchase one for you.
You could give him that
one.
Yeah, if you look good and feel good, it makes the show good.
You don't need to purchase one.
Well, I'm just kidding.
That.
I'm sure they'd be happy to give you one.
Well,
in fact,
it's kind of pity at this point.
It's like I don't have any warm clothes.
I know he's over there just shivering.
Cold. I wore a blanket into work this morning. I don't have one hoodie.
He has a shawl.
Yeah. I think this all this conversation that's percolating about like James Franklin and a bidding war with
it's out
Virginia
there,
Tech
isn't it?
and all that stuff, and it's just garbage. Like I don't think anything's really happened. Now I do think Hunter is going around and having lots of meetings and talking to people. But I don't think Arkansas is in any sort of bidding war, and I still think they're trying to get all their finances and they're trying to get all these things in order. But I've had one particular donor mentioned to me several times, and I talked to this particular donor, and I can tell you that part is not true.
Yeah.
So like anything you're hearing right now is, I think, more about conversation than it is about any sort of actual, this guy, if Virginia Tech does this, Arkansas is going to get him. If Virginia Tech doesn't do that, Arkansas is not going to get him, or whatever.
This is the product of September and October firings. I mean, when you give somebody 7, 8, 9 weeks to talk about something and speculate, well, you can be guaranteed that will happen. And I'm not saying that should keep you from dismissing a coach. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it is a byproduct, probably an unintended consequence. But that's where we are. Look, if any athletic director out there right now at a Power 4 school that has a head coaching opening, if they've not at least inquired about James Franklin, then they're not really doing their job. But there's a difference between inquiring and, they're in a bidding war right now. Well, you don't even know what you have to bid. I mean, all you'd be doing right now is promising money that you hope you can raise. I mean, that's basically what you'd be doing.
We've been over this, but what are the most important factors, the most important criteria of having that you must possess to have this job? So if you're a candidate, what is the criteria this candidate must possess to have this job? And we've been over it. And for me, it's changed slightly. That Bart had a big one. SEC, got to have SEC experience, got to know what it's like to win in this league. I had one of, you got to be able to raise money. You got to be able to get people excited in the state. You got to get people connected. You got to bring donors together. You got to be on the same page with the president, the chancellor, the AD, maybe the governor. Everybody's got to be aligned and on this bandwagon, right? That's a lot. But
that's a lot.
That gives you the best chance to win.
Gives you the best chance. I don't know if it's realistic.
But I got another one I'm at.
All right, what's that?
They just got to have high capacity. Like, they've got to have a big motor and a lot of capacity to do all the things that need to be done in today's college football world in a major program. And you've got to have the solves. Like, quit telling me what the problems are and give me the solutions.
Well, to me, when I look at the situation right now as it pertains to Arkansas, I think they've got real-world issues. Like, we talk about big-picture stuff, and I do too. But whoever the coach is next year, their number one challenge is finding 85 good football players. Talk to the people on this staff, and you have, I know, Bo, this is so much a numbers game. Look at Arkansas's numbers, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. Look at the number of number twos who on good teams are number fours. I mean, that's just the reality of this situation. You've got to have somebody who can go replenish this roster. If it's Bobby Petrino, they've got to be doing what they're doing right now that I don't know how many people are noticing. They're offering JUCO guys. They're offering guys who can come in and theoretically play right now. The real world problem, before you even get to these big picture items, is we got to field a ball club next year. And you're probably going to have to do it with 60 or 70 new guys. And so you better be equipped to go out there and do that. If it's Petrino, his guys got to go get him. If it's a new guy, he's got to bring them with him. And I know that's not as sexy and big picture as, all the leadership things that people talk about with a coach and being on the same page and all that. All that's true. But you got to find 85 good football players, or the same thing's going to happen next year that happened this year, and it's going to happen the year after that and the year after that.
And the other thing is the revenue share part of this versus NIL. Are we going to go through a cycle here, and we've talked about this before, where we are really living in more of a rev share world, not like last year when you could load up NIL deals without any authentication on what the deal was. You could just offer Bart whatever, and there was no $600 limit that you got to run through a clearinghouse. I don't even know what's happened to that clearinghouse. Can somebody call that clearinghouse and ask them if they're still in business? Because, I mean, there's a line, the size of Little Rock to get in to that place of deals to be approved. And they're not going to be able to do this. They're not going to be able to manage this, and they're not going to be able to put a valuation on it. I mean, you can't tell anyone that they're worth just this, because you're going to be able to find a marketing agency somewhere that'll say, no, that person's time's worth more than that. And they'll give you some comparison to some influencer, and they'll make it work. So I don't even know how that's all going to go, but I do wonder, because of that system, because of it being backed up, are you in any sort of a better situation now when you're trying to recruit players, whenever you have your coach named, and it comes down to that corner or that rush edge or that quarterback or that receiver or that lineman that you want? Are you able to say to them, hey, this is what we can give you, and is that competitive with other schools where last year it really wasn't? Last year in the offseason, they were competitive in a couple of situations and able to get a few players, but nothing like you really need to be able to go get what Chuck's talking about and be able to compete. And at the end of the day, that's what this is about. And here's one more thing that people aren't going to like to hear. It's your program. It's your program. Now, you can look at somebody that has more money and say, well, they got to take care of it. But at the end of the day, until we realize what it's going to take to win, it's your program. It's like our church, and we're trying to build a building or build a bigger building or do a remodel, and they're passing the offering plate or they're asking for it. It's your church. And everybody can sit around and wait for the one wealthy person in the church or the 5 wealthy people or however many people there are, and they can do it. Or everybody can pitch it. But people get tired of hearing that. But it's just the reality. It is the reality of where we are today. And that's not changing. It's also not changing that you can watch any game you want at Walk-Ons. That's 60 TVs. I watched the basketball game there while you were in East Lansing. I was in the good
cold
comfort
industrial
with
town.
my grandson,
Yeah.
Ryder, watching the game, cheering on the Hogs. You want to be around other Razorback fans during a Razorback game. By the way, the women play tonight.
They do.
At UCA, 8 o'clock.
It's UCA week. Men play UCA tomorrow night. Girls play them tonight.
Is that here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
They play again that fast.
7 o'clock.
For some reason, I thought they didn't play until
it's
Thursday
not
or
football.
something.
It's not once a week.
Well, you got a big week. You got the Cal live show tonight. You got the game tomorrow night. And then you got the
Catfish Hole Wednesday night.
on Wednesday with Bobby. And then you got off to LSU.
That's right.
You're going to be like
busy
you're
week
gonna need
this
some
week.
rest.
Busy week this week.
You're going to need some rest. Walk-On's a great place to
I'll
watch
rest
the
in
game.
here.
Great food anytime.
I'll
sure
just
do.
nap during the 7 o'clock hour.
You sure do.
Yeah.
While you're at Walk-Ons, ask about Flight by Yuengling. They've got it on tap. It tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. I haven't heard anybody that doesn't like it. Anybody that's tried it seems to enjoy it. I sure do. Bart does. I mean, Bart, it just gives Bart an extra pep in his step.
Yeah.
95 calories. It's the next generation of light beer, Flight by Yuengling. 7:30, good morning. It's Monday. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Bo, when your show went off a few years ago, it was like I've been lost ever since then. And I just really appreciate your show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh man, I got revved up.
I know you did. Both of you did.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get revved up on something different than
you
that
guys
segment.
got so fired up, I started sweating. And I wasn't doing anything that segment.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Reaction Monday, 7:36. Boy, that really. That's Wisconsin.
Well,
That's Wisconsin.
That's right.
there.
Wisconsin won. Luke Fickell won over the weekend. Who'd they
Bouncing
beat,
around
Bart?
in the fourth quarter.
They upset.
Some sorry
they
Big Ten
upset
team.
Washington.
Yes, I'm sorry Big Ten team.
There were some surprising outcomes like that this week. Like the Wake Forest. Bart wasn't surprised, but the rest of us might have been. That they beat Virginia and Chandler Morris. And I thought Chandler was just gonna will Virginia to the college football playoff.
He willed them to 3 field
great
goals. in this
ACC.
game.
Who's going to be in the playoff, Bart? At the end of the day, from other
What
conferences.
does Memphis losing to? Was it Tulane that beat him Friday night? What does that mean?
Well, it throws a bunch of stuff into flux in terms of that
That's what I
group
thought.
group of 5.
That's what I thought. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's going to throw a lot of things into flux. Nobody turned a phrase quite
I'm
like
sorry.
that. Flux.
No, you're right though. I mean, I did. I thought the same thing. I mean, I'm not sure what it means.
Look, the group of 5 bid to the playoff is going to come from the American Conference. I don't think there's anything that could change that, other than the fact that James Madison is 8-1 right now, out of the Sun Belt, and they might garner some looks. But right now you have basically a 5-6-way battle for that spot between Navy, South Florida, Tulane, North Texas, East Carolina, and Memphis.
To get in the playoff.
All those guys.
To get in
Now,
the playoff.
it's not going to be
12-team
East
playoff.
Carolina, I don't think, unless they somehow win the American. They're currently 4-1 in conference play. So I mean, but Navy, South Florida, Tulane, North Texas, Memphis, going to be one of those teams in all likelihood.
And Chuck and I both agree. Like, I know if you talk to college football people nationally, they're going to be like, yeah, you got to be inclusive. You got to have these people. Like, just give me the best stinking teams, man. Just give me the best 12 teams. I don't even care if you won your conference or not. Are you one of the best 12 teams? We saw this last year. Like, the teams that aren't where they're ranked, or they're not as good as some other teams that are in the playoff, what's going to happen to those teams? They're going to get beat. This isn't basketball. Like, you don't go out there and just suddenly show up with a defensive line or a bigger team. You're going to get beat. There's not going to be a Cinderella in a college football playoff situation. So let's just get the best 12 teams.
I agree. I mean, like
the idea of those teams that he was just mentioning, like competing for a playoff spot.
Well, in terms of actual competition, it's a joke. I mean, it is. And I know Memphis, has won some games, including a victory over Arkansas. But I mean, I watched that game, and Memphis deserved to win. But that's not a playoff team. I mean, they're not one of the 12 best teams in college football. Neither's Tulane. Neither's any of these other teams. They've had great years, and nothing should be taken away from them for that. But they're not among the 12 best teams. They're going to take the spot of a team that has a much, much better resume. I mean, when we talk about, you can't say out of one side of your mouth, and I'm not going back to this Indiana thing, but I mean, you can't say a team like Indiana's not played anybody, and then talk about a team like, Tulane or Memphis or Navy or somebody like that being in the playoff. I mean, it's
like the charity selection of the playoff.
Well,
they're all fighting for the charity selection of the playoff.
The ceremonial spot.
They want the donation. They're all competing for the donation.
Because of that, that group of 5 representative does get in, and because of the fact that I believe Notre Dame will likely get in, if they win out, they're going to be in the playoff. You're looking at,
and they're not playing anybody either, right?
You're looking at one team from the ACC, one team from the Big 12. You're looking at Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon out of the Big Ten. You're looking at A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss. And then I think that last spot comes down to Texas, Oklahoma, and Vanderbilt.
Notre Dame getting in. Can we go to that real quick, just for fun? We don't necessarily need to dig in on this today. I don't know if anybody really cares, but we're just talking about
who's the new coach going to be. I'm joking.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Notre Dame left on their schedule. Pitt, Bart, will you be calling for an upset at Pitt? Notre Dame at Pitt?
No, that's where game day is going to be on Saturday. Is at the Notre Dame Pitt game. Pitt will probably jump up into the top 20, be around 18, 19, somewhere in there heading into that game.
Notre Dame will win that game.
Yeah. Do you don't think Pitt's going to give them hell?
I think it might be a close game. Pitt's pretty good now, man.
Yeah. Notre Dame doesn't play anybody. I mean, like they're not gonna have beaten anybody by the end of the year. I mean, the best team that they have. And you talk about Indiana.
Teams.
I mean, they're not gonna have beaten anybody. They play Pitt at Pitt, and
they beat USC.
I mean, okay. Oh, wow. What's USC's record?
7-2.
And who have they played? Again,
bunch of Big Ten teams. Bunch of Big Ten teams.
They're not playing anybody. I mean, and so you got Syracuse, and then you got Stanford. Left on Notre Dame's Pitt.
They've got two great
Stanford.
losses though on their resume.
Yeah, they do. They played two teams that were decent, and they lost to both of them.
I bet Notre Dame. My prediction is that Notre Dame will get into the playoff and win at least one game.
Well, Lottie stinking da. I mean,
in fact, might find themselves in the semifinals.
Is the playoff the end game now, or is it winning the national championship?
Well, I think it depends on who you are.
Okay.
If you're Ohio State, it's winning the national championship.
Is it about expectations?
If you're, Arkansas, I think what you're looking at now from an Arkansas perspective, whatever the new regime's going to be, whatever the new coach, staff, whatever that's going to be, I think you're trying to be an 8-9 win program, which gives you a chance to get in the playoffs, especially when you expand it to 16 teams. That's what your goal should be. You need to realize who you are and be that. Don't come in here and be like, oh, we're going to win 10, 12 games every year. Like, there's nothing to indicate that being a reality. But winning 8-9 games, it is. And you know where that starts? Your stinking schedule. Like, we can talk about going and getting all the best players in the world, but let's just look at this non-conference schedule. Play teams that you're basically guaranteed to beat. Get 3-4 wins under your belt. And then go, deal with the extremely difficult SEC.
And 5 years from now, if you've built something, then begin to schedule some of those other games. But don't do it when all it's going to do is add an L.
No, you gotta get yourself in a position to feel good and play good. Also, that's true of life.
Wow.
The Sweat No Magic can do that for you. If you're not feeling great, you're tired, you're lethargic, you just don't have the energy you once did. I'm telling you, it's a real thing. I've been experiencing this for like 8-9 months now of the difference that it can be for me. And I know it can be that for you. It starts with just getting some results to know where you are. And that's what the Sweat No Magic does for you. It develops a game plan. You're going to sleep better at night. You're going to have more energy all day. When we're deficient in things, it impacts us. And now that we're aware of that, you don't have to feel like that. It can be a complete health game changer for you. Feel better, look better, have a better life. The Sweat No Magic. Log on to sweatnumcosmetic.com or just search the Sweat No Magic and change your life today. 7:45. Good morning. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because
that's
we don't
all I wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Cutting corners is generally a bad idea, and when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time Hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
The nation's best home court advantage lives inside Bud Walton Arena. The Razorbacks are back inside the basketball palace of Mid-America, and Coach Calipari and the Hogs need you there and need you loud all season long. A limited number of single-game tickets are available right now. Just head over to ArkansasRazorbacks.com and purchase yours today.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We all in this room have opinions.
facts are secondary to a good argument.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cecil is on the line in Fort Smith. Cecil, good morning. You are on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, my beloved brothers. How y'all doing?
Doing great,
That's
man.
very
How are
kind.
you
Great
doing?
to hear from you, man.
Yeah, man. I love calling in and talking to y'all, man. I have people come to my shop and say, hey, man, I hear you all the time. I'm like, yeah, I call in. I'm a Razorback fan. That's what we do. Hey, Bo, I definitely agree to you. I had just jumped on, and I definitely agree to you about the scheduling. We just going to have Boyd. We're going to hire Boyd to schedule the games from now on, and we will win some games.
Bart. There we go.
You never schedule games like that, man. You know, big boy games. You're going to get a crowd. I mean, I was excited to see Notre Dame come to Fayetteville, but we got our ass kicked. Excuse my French. And for his basketball,
I'm right there with you, man.
The beep did not coincide with
Yeah.
the French.
No, yeah.
Hey, Chuck, I posted that picture we took last year after I lost the 30 pounds, boy. I got a lot of likes on that picture.
I was going to say, I hear you're
I reposted it yesterday. It's a really good picture. I'm going to have to send you that one, too.
Where is that? You posted it on, where'd you post that? On Facebook?
Oh, it's on Facebook. I'm all over the place, man. I'm on Instagram, Facebook.
Cecil's wearing a Speedo now. He's lost like 50 pounds. He's wearing a Speedo.
Are you
It's
Facebook?
unbelievable.
Cecil, are you Facebook friends with me? I got to
Bo, are you on Facebook?
I am.
Are
I'm
you
there.
on Facebook,
Oh,
Bo?
yeah, I am.
Okay, I'm going to send you a friend request, Bo.
Yeah,
I'll send you one.
Please do.
How's that?
I appreciate it.
Okay, Boyd, I'll send all y'all friend requests.
I love it.
Hey, listen, in basketball,
it sure is.
Basketball, yeah, hey, man, hey, that's the way it is. You got to stand in a circle.
And everything, yeah.
Yes, sir. Basketball, I was excited to watch the game. You know, I definitely bet. So, I mean, hey, I took his head up. I took his head up because I knew we got a good team, and I just knew we was going to win. But we missed a lot of shots. Now, let me say this. We're not going to miss like that all season. That was a game maybe we should have played later on in the season, too. One of those, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to have tune-up games. That's just the way it is. But we just missed too many shots. We took enough shots to win the game, and we lost. And that's just the way it is. So, as I say, you win, you walk. You lose, you walk. And that's just the way it is. But we're gonna be in the thick of things, and I can't wait. I'm excited. And I'm praying for Bob Petrino because I don't want him to leave.
Yeah.
And y'all have a blessed day.
Yeah, it's a big week. Thank you, man.
Cecil.
It'd be interesting. Can Arkansas figure out a way? It almost feels like miracle type stuff. But can they figure out a way to go to LSU and win? What's LSU going to be like after playing Alabama? I feel like they put their emotional output all in to the Alabama game. You got Frank Wilson, the interim coach, and you saw a few of those teams, that first week, and some of it happened this weekend, where you're like Penn State, you really get that burst from the team. Like it's a switch, and we're going to go, Arkansas had a little bit at Tennessee, but does LSU, do they come out and have the same togetherness, same fight in this Arkansas game? And traditionally, after LSU plays Alabama and Arkansas comes there, it's a different game.
You got two interims playing one another this weekend. Not just interim coaches, but it's almost like two programs in purgatory. They don't really know what the next step's going to be, and I kind of think both of them are there. There's not been any point so far since Petrino's taken over when I've looked out and I've thought they've quit on him. There's not been a moment. And I didn't see quitting LSU. They played Alabama's tail off the other night.
I would argue.
Can you continue that?
Arkansas has more to play for because they haven't won in so long. It's a 7-game losing streak. And I think this team really wants to taste a victory. And that sounds simple, but I think that's something they can rally around. Where's LSU's head? They're a 6.5-point favorite as of today.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
This fall, don't just pay for a heating tune-up. Make it part of a Paschal membership and get year-round benefits for your home. For as low as $8.99 a month, your annual tune-up is included. Plus, members get exclusive discounts on air, plumbing, and electric services. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your home, budget, and peace of mind with Paschal. Visit gopaschal.com to learn more and join today. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Need help growing your brand with strategy and creativity? At Vanquish Marketing, the mission is simple. Help businesses grow with clarity, kindness, and excellence. They don't just run ads or manage campaigns. They come alongside brands as a true partner. By creating data-driven marketing funnels and building strategies that scale, they equip their clients for long-term success. Guided by their core values, they know growth is about more than transactions. It's about people. Visit vanquish.marketing to jumpstart your brand today.
Chris in Fayetteville, you're on the news, weather, information station.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, we're full service, baby.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Why we love a coaching search. It's because the outside world talks about us like we're a sleeping giant. It's the one time that people talk about how great we could be. We go from not winning, because anytime you have a coaching search, it's because you've not won. And then all of a sudden, just for a brief period, everybody's saying, that's a sleeping giant. They got all that money. And just think about all the things they could be. And then 5 years later, we do it again. And that's just kind of how it's been.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
We are entering week number 7 of the coaching search at Arkansas. Other places are like into week 5, week 6, some of them week 7, week 8. Dare I say it, is this becoming a tired issue? As much as we live for a coaching search, I mean, over the weekend, it just become a regurgitation of the same names. James Franklin's going to be the coach, or so-and-so is going to be the coach, and we still got 3 more games.
We still
got 3 more games.
They have all the fake news
we
stories,
have fake
too.
news, bidding war, Arkansas and Virginia Tech.
And
which I don't believe.
Yeah, and then you got Petrino in this weird situation
right.
who a lot of people would love to have, but they haven't been able to win a game. And so then you get to the point of whether or not that should really matter. And I've had people say, well, how can it not matter? If he was winning a bunch of games, you would be saying that was...
Well, if it was, yes. If it was that way, yes.
Yeah, you'd say it mattered then. But I don't think those two things are the same. I think actually massively overachieving is way different than, I couldn't massively overachieve. I just got them to play harder, and it wasn't good enough to win games against teams that have better rosters. I mean, clearly, they don't have enough people on defense. They just don't, like bodies, they don't have enough bodies. Talent, I don't know that they have enough. And that's been something they've had to overcome every game. And then you go, well, the offense hadn't played that great at times either. They had 4 turnovers and 8 snaps against Auburn. That's true, but also this thing all works together. And at the end of the day, it's a matter of whether you believe Petrino's the best candidate, and you got to know who the other candidates are to measure that against. But it's a weird situation because he was handed the keys to a sinking ship, in the middle of the season and told to try to keep it afloat. And so how does that impact his chances at the job? When he first took it, we said things like, well, he's got the inside track because he can go maybe win some games. Mm-hmm. But that hasn't materialized. They've got 3 games left. A win in any of these games will be an upset.
I'll go back to what Hunter said, and it's been discussed a lot when he talked about the resources and the lack of the resources prior and the hope that there would be more resources moving forward. In retrospect now, and I know there's 3 games remaining, and we should not lose sight of that fact, but with what we've seen so far, in retrospect, obviously there were some guys that came in out of the portal that they thought were going to be better than they've turned out to be. That's what your budget allowed you to go get, were players that you hoped would turn out to be a little bit better than maybe if the place they'd been before. Because, there's lots of different type players in that portal. Some of them can play. Some of them you're just taking somebody else's problem off their hands. You're just and you're paying them. So I think there's been some of that. If you have abundant resources, generally you're able to buy the can't-miss players. Those are the guys you get. The teams with less money are, they're bargain hunting, and they're trying to find a guy who's maybe been better than he was before. Maybe we can coach him into more than he's been. Lots of times that's hard to actually pull off. I mean, it really is. And I think, some of the portal guys that they've gotten have just not turned out to be the players they thought they were going to be, particularly on the defensive side.
Let's get some odds. We'll go to the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room on coaching odds here in a minute. But I want to tell you, we're brought to you in part by Teamwork Roofing and Construction. If you need a remodel, maybe you've purchased a piece of property and you've got to change it to fit your needs, They do an incredible work. The thing about Teamwork Roofing and Construction is when they built this company, they wanted to go get the best of everything, but still make it affordable and reasonable and competitive pricing. And so they're going to come in on time, on budget all the time, but they're also going to have certified crews for anything it is you need to get done. They're going to have the best crews in the most difficult circumstances and the easy jobs too. And then they're going to use the materials that last, are sustainable, whether you're talking about a roof or a remodel. If you're getting a quote today, go to teamworkbuilt.com. Make them one of your quotes. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork. You know, it was an interesting Saturday for me, Chuck, because of the day. Not you were at a game, I wasn't. There was no football game, and it was like got a lot of stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
And then there comes that day. I'm not saying you're bored, but you've got time on your hands that maybe you wouldn't otherwise have. And I may have ventured into the Oakland Sports app this weekend
hands.
A little bit.
Idle hands.
Like I might have done some crazy things, like put $25 on Navy to beat Notre Dame and Iowa to beat Oregon.
Yeah.
And that might have paid, $2,500 might have paid, $1,200.
Yeah.
And then,
but it didn't happen.
And then
if they'd won.
Yeah. I don't know what was wrong with me this weekend in particular. Like just, there's a lot of things wrong with me, but on this particular weekend, we started picking lottery numbers.
Good God, man.
It was like, I always joke about it's up to 900 million. It's like, now it's enough.
Yeah.
Now it's enough to go play it, as if 50 million wouldn't change your life. But when that jackpot gets up to 900 million, I start thinking about how I could put some kids through school on a scholarship.
Both spent the weekend daydreaming. Man, what would I do if I won the lottery?
No, I was just thinking about the kids I was going to help get scholarships in the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. That's what I was going to get. How many tickets does it take to help a kid?
We read that liner, and
I
think it's like 175,000.
Yes, that's what I think of. I don't think about the 900 million.
That's funny.
But then I forgot to go by the gas station and get them.
Yeah.
So it didn't even happen. But that's kind of Bart. Do we have any odds on? It's kind of how my weekend went. Got a lot of stuff done though. Got WD-40 put on the garage door. Doesn't squeak anymore.
Oh, that's great.
That's a game changer.
Big.
After all those times of that noisy garage door, and you realize a little WD-40.
Yeah.
What about spray a little WD-40 on that baby.
Yeah. You do it on the squeaky door from the garage into the house.
Handy, man.
Big weekend. I was winning, except for the other stuff. I was winning.
Man.
All right, who's going to win next at Arkansas?
So odds are currently off the board on all the coaching searches.
Really?
So there are no available odds.
They've even gotten tired of it.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's
nobody wagering anymore? What's going on there?
No odds.
Nowhere.
They've gone on too
long. Not Oakland.
The
not
searches
offshore,
have gone on too long.
Not DraftKings. Nowhere.
Caps start waiting till mid-October, late October, letting these guys go.
This is uncharted territory for everyone.
The boredom factor is set.
All these openings this far with this many games to go. I mean, seriously, let's just think about this. We've been in a coaching conversation for 7 weeks, and there's 3 games left.
I know.
There's 3 games left.
Well,
we've been in this thing forever.
Hey, at lots of places, and we were one of them this year. People were talking about the next coach in August. I mean, let's be honest. People were planning for something along these lines before the first game was even played. And it's that way at every place where a coach is on the hot seat.
I can give you some notable lines on games this weekend, however.
Those pesky games.
Games that might impact the playoff one way or another, or job security for some coaches.
Well, let's do that. But I want to bring something up because it relates to that about coaching searches. Are the games that are being played right now, just like with Petrino, how some people are saying, yeah, you got to judge his record as the interim. Other people are saying it doesn't matter. You can't hold the guy accountable for something that wasn't his mess. Are these other games impacting coaches potentially at other jobs, like Eli Drinkwitz, when he loses to Texas A&M and then gets asked in his press conference about how he's lost to all these ranked teams? And he basically says, well, they're good teams.
Yeah, they're good.
And I guess I'm not doing a good enough job. I kind of felt bad for him. I really did, the way he was getting in that press conference. Like, how do I answer that question? Like we can act like we're a top 10 program at Missouri, but what I've done here is amazing. And you people don't really realize it, and you're up here asking me how we're losing to teams that have more than we do.
But you and I both know when a reporter asks that question, they're asking it for their audience. That's the reason the question's being asked.
Because they're reading on Twitter
That's
how
exactly
people are
right.
upset or
That's
whatever.
exactly right. That's why the question, generally speaking, is asked.
But does it impact him? Does he become a less attractive candidate at Florida?
I don't think so.
That's a fan feeling, not an administrative feeling of the
I
people
would
doing
think
the
so.
hiring.
Well, it's kind of like, look at our situation. I know there are people who believe if Bobby Petrino wins a game, that suddenly he's much more of a candidate to be the head coach. I know people that believe if he doesn't win a game, there's no way that you can name him the head coach. I don't know that either one of those is true. I mean, I don't know. We're going to find out, obviously.
I think it makes it easier if they wanted to hire him for wins, to kind of sell it to people who are on the fence or don't want it.
But if one interim coach beats another interim coach on Saturday, I mean, one interim coach is going to win the game. Does that make that guy a more viable permanent candidate? I don't know the answer to that question.
Before we go to the break, I want to just take a moment to do something we did at the beginning of the show or in the first segment, and remember Mike Nail, who passed away Saturday night at the age of 80 after a battle with cancer, which has taken so many of friends and loved ones, and our thoughts are with the Nail family. Mike hired me, Chuck, in 1998. And took a chance on a 22-year-old, and I'm not sure he always was happy that he did, but he never told me that. But what he did was show me a lot of things about the business, about Arkansas, and quite frankly, how to treat other people. Mike always had an air of class about him, and obviously he called the national championship game, that iconic Scotty Thurman shot that we hear, every time there's an anniversary for that. But he called Final Fours. He was a part of calling 10 tournament or regular season championships across the Southwest Conference and SEC Conference. And not only was he on TV, not only was he the voice of the Razorbacks, but he's a guy that was one of those figures in Arkansas sports that we'll always remember. And I'm grateful to Mike for bringing me to Arkansas, making Arkansas my home, and showing me what Arkansas was all about. And I'll forever be grateful for that.
I think from the first time I met Mike, I was 29. He's the one I wanted to be like. He's the one I wanted to emulate. I wanted to be like him. I wanted to do things the way he did. People, and this is difficult, I know, for some in Arkansas to understand, when you live in Northwest Arkansas, as we do, when you live in Fort Smith, as I did for the bulk of my 20s, you don't get Little Rock television. I never watched Paul on TV. Paul was someone I worked with in the booth once I, came up here. But growing up, living my young adult life in these quarters, Mike was the one that we watched. Mike was the one that we watched every night. He's the one I wanted to be like. I can remember, when I was 29 and 30, I was clueless. And fortunately for me, Mike recognized that right away. And he mentored without ever opening his mouth. Some guys can lead you without ever saying, here's what you need to do. Mike was one of those guys. You just watch the way he did it. Words can't really describe what Mike's meant to me over the years, just in terms of being a mentor. And I said this in the first hour. Mike was a radio man. At his core, he was a radio man. Mike listened to every basketball game. I know Elsa, sent me a text. I mean, it was playing Saturday night. Shortly before he passed. That's what he did. He was a broadcaster's broadcaster. His approval mattered to me. It was the only approval that mattered to me, honestly. But Mike was the guy for a lot of us. And, we'll tell Mike Nail stories until we can't tell stories anymore.
Yeah. Gene and Mike, Gene was the spirit coordinator and head of the, cheer and dance, and Mike was the voice. And they were that Arkansas iconic couple really for decades there. And 29 years as the voice of the Razorbacks, and we're going to miss him.
And I know he and Rick Schaefer were really close, and Rick spent some time with Mike over the last week or so. And I know for him it's a big loss, too.
Our thoughts with the Nail family today. It's 8:17. Mike Nail, the voice of the Razorbacks, had passed away at the age of 80.
Everybody wants to fire their coach. Who are you going to hire? There's all these jobs out there right now. Who's everybody going to hire? I don't know. We'll find out.
The Chuck and Mo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Cycling meets vision with McDonald Eye and Zeo Optics for the See Better and Ride Better Vision Expo. Thursday, November 13th at 5:35 p.m. at the new McDonald Eye office in Rogers. Learn how LASIK can sharpen your sight for every ride and try on the latest Zeo sunglasses made for adventure. Enjoy free Zeo giveaways, LASIK discounts, beer from Bentonville Brewing, and the newest bikes from Meteor Bike. Plus, a chance to win a free pair of Zeo shades. Just RSVP now at McDonaldEye.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
Today's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Mo Show.
call the flipping show and have a conversation. Like, call the show, bring up a point, let's discuss it if you want to. But I don't think you have the guts to.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Just reading where Brian Kelly, the ousted coach at LSU, I guess they're trying to negotiate the buyout. You know, the governor was in on that and all that. They're trying to get his buyout figured out. He's rejected both of their proposals and now says he's going to seek the entire $54 million.
Yeah, so here's the deal. I don't know what you really negotiate unless you're talking about getting more money up front. If you're talking about, I don't know the details of his contract.
It has something to do with mitigation,
but that's
I'm
the
sure,
other
in
point.
terms of what you're looking for.
That's the only real thing to negotiate besides what I just mentioned is the mitigation part where you take less money. Let's say you take $35 million instead of $54 so that you don't have to go seek another job or that it doesn't mitigate when you do. And you get that lump sum of money. And then you can still go get another job, but you're getting the $35 million because, like in James Franklin's case, he's going to go coach again. And if he has an $8 million contract, then Penn State's virtually off the hook, and he's not really getting buyout money. And I don't know that he really needs it, but if you want to negotiate, you take that, cut it in half, you get $25 million, put it in your bank, and minus taxes and whatever else, and then you go. You go coach again. But you got a lump sum of money coming out of your job.
Right. And for example, it was a much smaller sum of money, but Pittman's buyout was negotiated because it came down because he's retiring. And so they're going to pay him what they're going to pay him. There's not going to be any mitigation. It was a smaller figure, different situation, but they do negotiate. Yeah, they do negotiate things like that generally when a coach is fired. And it does have to do with what are you planning for the future.
Mitigation also means in most cases that you have to go seek employment.
Right.
And if you're wanting to retire, you're not going to be able to fulfill that obligation.
It'll be interesting to see, though, what happens there. First off, has Brian Kelly, and some coaches' stocks really not damaged long term. Like, for example, James Franklin. He was just fired at Penn State. Whoever hires him, they're going to celebrate. We got James Franklin. I don't know that Brian Kelly has that same cachet. I don't hear lots of schools, with all these openings. I don't hear Brian Kelly's name mentioned anywhere.
It's interesting, and I wonder if that's just because we have a bias that's not accurate.
Yes, it is.
Because Brian Kelly, if we really take a step back, is probably a really good coach.
Somebody will do a lot worse than Brian Kelly when they make a hire here in a few weeks.
Yeah, but that is interesting because of the reputation.
Right.
And I think reputations are super impactful in these hires because you're selling someone to your fan base. It's hard to be an AD and hire somebody that people aren't really excited about, even if you think they're a really good coach.
Well, that's why if I'm Brian Kelly's agent, I don't know who his agent is. I don't know if it's Jimmy Sexton or not, but I'd be a whole lot more concerned about this buyout negotiation than I would for James Franklin, for example, because you said it right there. If a Power 4 school was to go out and hire Brian Kelly today, he's behind the 8 ball before he even gets to the press conference. There's going to be close to half the fan base that's not happy about it, no matter where he goes.
Remember when Greg Schiano was headed to Tennessee?
Yeah.
And the Tennessee fans basically fired him on Twitter before they had state representatives tweeting. They had powerful people in Tennessee. Keeping Greg Schiano from becoming the head coach at Tennessee. And who'd they end up with? Jeremy Pruitt?
Is that when they hired Pruitt?
Was that Pruitt?
Was that Fulmer's power play when all that happened?
Yeah, I think it was Pruitt. I think they ended up with Jeremy Pruitt.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
And I'm not talking about Heupel. That was when they had a different AD.
It was Pruitt.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
This is what
Schiano's a good coach.
He is a good coach.
Fulmer was the AD
He's a lot better coach than Jeremy Pruitt, that's for sure.
Well, there's no question. And that AD, I forget the guy's name. I know him. I forget his name.
Hamilton?
He was at Kansas State at one point. I don't have it.
Well, they were pulling a power play.
But my point is then that ends up affecting his job too. Because he could
John Curry.
He couldn't hire the guy he wanted to hire. He was out. Yeah, you're right. I mean,
he was there. He was
that
there.
was Fulmer's power play, right?
Yeah.
there.
And then White,
Yeah.
is it Mike White?
Yeah.
Danny White.
I always get the White brothers confused. Mike White's the coach at Georgia now. But yeah, Danny White, who was at UCF, is now the Tennessee AD. By the way, he's got his hands full. Has he replaced Vitello yet?
Yes. Elander. He promoted Elander. The former players basically made him. I think he wanted to hire the guy at Coastal Carolina, but basically the former Tennessee players just forced his hand, and so he hired Josh Elander. I think Elander's a good choice. I think that's who he should have gone for first, but my impression was he wanted to hire somebody else.
I heard Vitello on some national show the other day talking about taking this Giants job and basically admitting that he just wanted to see if he could do it, like just take on the biggest challenge of his life. And he didn't say it like this, but always knows he can come back to college and be a head coach.
That's what I was told from the very beginning, was that he wants to do this. He wants to see if he can win the World Series and the College World.
Challenge
see
himself.
if he's the first guy to ever do it.
I love that.
I love the attitude and the honesty about it.
And you're right. If it fails, he's the Nick Saban of college baseball. He comes back, he takes over a program, picks up right where he left off.
Well, there's nothing like college basketball right now when you have big games and the season beginning. The women's Razorback team's playing tonight. Tickets are available. The men's team plays against UCA. Single game tickets are available. Get yours today at ArkansasRazorbacks.com. When we come back, Bart's going to tell us who's drinking the most at games. We got the revenue numbers are out. Who's having the most drinks at games? What fan bases?
The answers might surprise you.
And also upcoming games that are going to continue to affect the college football playoff and who's going to get in. It's almost 8:30, 8:28. It's chilly. Some would say it's cold. And Bart says only getting up to 40 today.
Only
in the weather forecast. Good morning. You really make me want to call you a moron. I'm not going to do that, but I want to.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Particularly in the South, I'm not sure there's a title that carries more weight than coach. Maybe preacher.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
all in this room have opinions. Facts are secondary to a good argument.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Sterling's in Center Ridge. Let's take this. Sterling, what's going on today? 8:34 Monday morning. Good morning.
Hey, Sterling.
Hey, guys. I want to touch on a couple of things. First, on the basketball game Saturday night. The main thing was that I ain't going to say it concerns me because I don't think it's going to be a problem. But the rebounding, being out rebounded that much in the second half. And because in the first half, if I remember right, it was 20-21 on the rebounding.
Right.
And in the second half, as it turned out, for the total game, it was 45-33. Something to that effect. I might be off a number or two here or there. But in the offensive rebounds that they got, and I think that was the main difference of the game. And, of course, the freshmen, they did freshman things at the end, which I'm sure Cal corrected, and he will correct it. He's been doing it for 30-plus years, so it ain't nothing to be concerned about. I would have liked to get the win because it's been a nice feather to have in your cap come March to say that you went on the road and won in East Lansing. But at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal. And now on to football. I was during that Penn State game, and at the end, it did hit me at some point why I hate the expansion of the playoffs. That at the end of the day, that game wasn't really going to matter. Whether Indiana scored that touchdown or not, they're going to be in the playoffs, and could, very well still be a top 4 seed. And it kind of took a little away from me a little bit. He had a great ending still, and Gus Johnson was acting like it got him in the playoffs as a number 1. But that's the part I hate. People say that the regular season is still important, and it is. But that game right there is one of the games that one of the outcomes is taken away by the expansion of the playoffs. But that's just me. And my question for y'all is the whole point to finish up here. What's the likelihood that y'all think of the SEC getting 5 teams? There is a legitimate path there, and what y'all think of the chances of it getting that 5th SEC team? And would that cause an outlash from the national media if that happens, in your opinion? Y'all guys have a great, wonderful day.
Hey, you have a great week, Sterling. Great to hear from you.
I think they might get 5 in. I don't think there's going to be the outrage this year that there might be some years because I don't really know that there's going to be that much debate. When you look at the records of the teams in the ACC, the group of 5, when you look at the Big Ten beyond 3 teams, I don't know what they'd be complaining about. Just now, if a 3-loss team gets in there, we got an argument. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, let's go to the Chevy of Fayetteville situation.
What do you think, Bart?
We'll start there, and then you can tell us, games that are going to decide some of this stuff as we move through the home stretch here.
Yeah, I would expect the SEC to get 5 teams in. At this point, I think there are just so many good teams in the league. The committee seems to be aware of that based on just the initial rankings. While I disagree principally with some of their decisions, they do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 SEC teams in the top 12. Half of the top 12 out of the SEC. I think when the rankings come out tomorrow night, you might see 7 SEC teams in the top 12, depending on what they do with Vanderbilt and some of the teams that have lost. So I don't think that's out of the question at all. I do think there are some games to keep an eye on this weekend in terms of the playoff and in terms of coaches' futures at potential schools where a job might come open. South Florida is a 10.5-point favorite at Navy this weekend. That's really an elimination game for the group of 5 spot in the playoff. Notre Dame's a 10.5-point favorite at Pitt. It's an elimination game for those teams too in a lot of ways. The loser of that game is probably not going to have a chance at the playoff. Texas A&M is an 18.5-point favorite at home against South Carolina. Could Shane Beamer be on shakier ground than people think? Is it time for him to start looking for an exit strategy?
What's their record?
They're 3-7, 3-6 3-6.
Yep.
Expectations were different, much different for South Carolina this year than the way it's turned out.
100%.
With Lenore Sellers.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, they thought they were going to be really good.
If there's a team outside of the American who has a shot at making the playoff, they're ranked in this week's AP poll. It's James Madison, 19.5-point favorite
ranked?
against Appalachian State this weekend.
Yeah, they are.
Jeez.
Alabama is a 7-point favorite at home against OU. This is an elimination game for OU. They lose, they're not going to make the playoff. Duke, a 5-4 Duke is a 6.5-point favorite at home against Virginia. Virginia loses, they're probably out of the mix because it's going to be really hard for them to get to the ACC title game. Duke, if they win, they go to 5-1 in the ACC, despite being 5-4 on the season. They'd be 6-4, but 5-1 in ACC play, still alive for the playoff spot. Georgia, 6.5-point favorite at home against Texas, an elimination game for Texas when it comes to the playoff. And then Utah is a 9-point favorite at Baylor. Is this Dave Aranda's last stand with the Bears?
What do you think, Edward? Edward spent time there.
I don't know if I'm allowed
Sick
to
'em.
comment on that.
Really?
Am I?
Are you? What do you mean? Are you?
I don't know.
Are you in the know? What would you be
good
violating
people down there?
What would you be
There's
violating?
no violation. It's just like a moral thing.
It's not a violation. It's
You're
a
not
moral
gonna.
thing.
You're not gonna go to hell if you give us your
spent a
real
lot of
views
time
on
around.
Baylor.
No,
I mean, come on.
No, it's nothing religious.
I mean,
it's
you know.
nothing. I just spent a lot of time around Coach Aranda, and I don't want to say anything bad about him. But I don't think he should be a head coach. And I never thought he was a great.
I was looking for the
great
lightning
job.
strike as he said that.
I
Unfortunately, it didn't
immediately
happen.
moved back
I
away
did.
from him.
I'm like,
I
we're
took
about
a
to be
step
struck
back.
down.
We should play that clip about the small.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you
I'll
can.
try to find
You
that.
can see if you can find that. Dave Aranda.
And you tell me if you should.
Well, listen. I think Dave Aranda is a brilliant guy. I think winning football games at Baylor is a little bit like Arkansas. You got to be able to do something unique. You got to, whether that's the style of football like Art Briles had. It's another name that you could talk about at Baylor and people would really enjoy. You've just got to have some tremendous capacity to be able to rally a lot of people in a really unique way. I don't think Dave Aranda is an external-facing guy.
No.
Like, he's an introvert. He doesn't want to be out there mixing it up with donors.
He's a better coordinator. Than
He's
he
a
is
really
head coach.
good. He's a guy that you lock in the lab and let him do his football science.
He's the single most unique human being I've ever been around in my life, and I can't even think of a close second.
I know it's
I'll say that.
I know it's not football, but what's Dave Bliss up to these days? Speaking of Baylor, anybody know what's going on there?
There's the lightning strike.
Yeah, there we go.
Christmas.
I haven't heard anybody bring his name up in years.
He's retired. He's retired.
That documentary. I mean, that guy.
When I think Baylor, I think Dave Bliss.
Ooh, that guy.
But that's just me.
That guy was. I don't know, man. I can't even come up with the words on the interview that was done in that. Was it a 30 for 30? That had Dave Bliss in it, or was it a different doc? I don't remember. But that one with Dave Bliss is like you're staring into the eyes of someone in that interview that you're watching on your television, and you're squirming on your couch.
Yeah, by yourself.
Yeah,
I was alone in my home and got embarrassed. I'm squirming around in there.
I don't know what's going on in there, boy. That's a wow. I wish he hadn't even brought that up.
That's why I did. That's why I brought it up.
He's 82. He's 82.
He's still living, huh?
Whoa. Still kicking.
Man, Sinbad's 69. Let's change the subject.
Okay.
Sinbad is 69 today. Happy birthday to Sinbad. Miranda Lambert's 42. You know her?
Yeah, I've heard of her.
Yeah. Walton Goggins is 54. Tracy Morgan, 57.
Baby Billy turns 54.
Is that right?
Yeah.
National Vanilla Cupcake Day. Do you know how to eat a cupcake?
Sandwich.
Yeah, you pull the top off.
Sandwich it.
Is this a trick question?
Tell him, Edward.
You sandwich it. You cut the
pull
cake
the top
part
off.
of it. You cut
and
the
flip
bottom
the
of it.
icing down into the
and then
middle.
Sandwich it.
Turn it. It's almost like an Oreo at that point. You take the top of the cupcake, pull it off, flip it upside down, and put it on the bottom of the cupcake. Oh man, it's a cupcake sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's looking at you like you're insane.
Yeah. Or you can just go to Blakeman's and have a macaroon. They got macaroons every day at Blakeman's and Cafe B. Walk in there, that coffee lab's going to be Onyx Coffee Lab, Cafe B over to your right. They can make you a latte. You can have a macaroon, and then you can do some shopping. I mean, the holidays are coming, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I was in Home Depot yesterday. Christmas trees everywhere. You want a blower or you want a Christmas tree? What do you want? It's all right there. I mean, yeah, Christmas, it's coming.
I'm here.
Yeah, Blakeman's, go get you a purple bag. I mean, it won't disappoint. You better start thinking about it now. Get ahead of it. It's 844. Blakeman's is more than jewelry, though. It's about your story. It's where you mark your milestones. You mark your journey. The official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
The Chuck and Mo Show.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds: professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party, or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Alyssa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
So I spent yesterday, you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Mo Show.
Chuck's still going to call all the games this year. We're going to listen to you come in here and be tired, and 65% of you is better than 100% of everybody else. We'll take it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart's got a list of the drunkest fan bases in college football, and we're going to get to that
at least in the
momentarily.
stadium.
Yeah, at least, yeah. Who drinks the most at the stadium? Yeah.
Smile!
Yeah. Hey, let me talk to you about Weicker Realtors first, though, the Griffin Company. I was on their website a couple of days ago, and I mean, you want to talk about a vast selection of homes. If you're in the market, and I'm talking about a lot of different price ranges, wherever you are in that stage, they know how to help you find that home. I mean, if you're looking for a dream home, they can help you do that. Maybe you have to move. Maybe you've been transferred in. Maybe you're being transferred out, and it's time to sell. They know the market. They listen to you, they understand what you're looking for, and then they make it happen. They've been doing it since 1978. That's how long they've been turning houses into homes. They're in Washington and Benton counties. They're in Fort Smith. They're in Branson. And you can log on to their website at WeicherGriffin.com.
All right, Bart, where are they selling the most booze?
Okay, so just a couple of disclaimers on this. Some schools cannot share this data because they don't control their own concession sales.
Okay.
So the schools don't have the information. And some schools
it sounds like they're hiding behind.
Who is it?
Third party.
So far, this is just this season. So far, Nebraska leads the way with more than $2 million in revenue on alcohol sales. Second is Tennessee. Third, LSU. Fourth, Minnesota. Fifth, Michigan. Sixth, Indiana. Seventh, West Virginia. Eighth, Wisconsin. Ninth, Kentucky. 10th, Illinois.
Not many SEC teams in there, but I'll bet if they sold Fireball, you'd have SEC teams in the top five.
You know,
1 through 5.
LSU is going to see it as quite a challenge.
Well,
that day
LSU and
in
Tennessee
third.
have big stadiums.
Yeah, they do.
Big stadiums.
Yeah. Nebraska, I get it. I mean, they're just drinking away the pain and the sorrow of, having not been very good at football for a very long time. What's their record right now, Nebraska? Are they going to go to a bowl game?
I think they're
5 and 4. 5 and 3.
They're fighting for a bowl game with Matt Rule.
Was Wisconsin on the list?
Yeah, they were a little further down than we would expect.
Yeah.
They're usually up there near the top.
They're into that.
West Virginia's, we know about West Virginia.
Nebraska's 7-3.
Okay, 7
they're
and
already
3.
bowl eligible.
But they've lost their quarterback for the year.
Oh, well, yeah.
But they beat UCLA over the weekend. They won at the Rose Bowl in what will be or could be one of the final times that UCLA plays in the Rose Bowl.
They're going to SoFi.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bit of an awkward transition in the Chevy of Fayetteville situation room. But, Bart, could you tell us about the high school football playoff bracket?
Yeah, what's happening this weekend?
A little bit of an awkward move here, but we're going to go to the varsity vibe.
Where would you like to start? You want to start 7A?
Yeah, just 7A? Give us the big ones. Give us some big games.
So, I mean, Bentonville, Bryant both have byes. Fayetteville plays PA this weekend.
Oh, that's a rematch from last year's playoff
game.
The
winner of that game will take on Bryant next weekend.
Oh, mercy.
Cabot and Springdale play.
Might as well get it out of the way early.
On Bentonville.
Knock them off.
6A. If you want to look at 6A, Sylvan Hills and Greenwood, the top 2 seeds there. Shiloh Christian also earned a bye. Still a couple games to watch. Mountain Home and Sheridan. El Dorado and Lake Hamilton as well this weekend.
Tell us where we can go see all this, Bart.
VarsityVibeArkansas.com. You can sign up for the free Varsity Vibe Bulletin newsletter. You can also follow all things high school football, all things high school athletics at Varsity Vibe AR on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever.
And you can hear the podcast wherever you get podcasts. Search Varsity Vibe. There you go.
It's all right there.
Doing the good work. Well, Chuck, it's been a Monday, man.
It has been.
And you got a week.
It's going to be a good week.
You got a big night tonight.
Live with Coach Cal, Sassy, 7 o'clock. DJ Wagner's going to be there tonight. That'll be good. Got a game against UCA. The men do tomorrow night. The women play tonight.
Yep. And they scored 101 points on UAPB.
And, UAPB had beaten Memphis. And we watched Memphis play Vandy before Arkansas played Memphis in basketball on the men's side. I kind of wondered if UAPB might come up here and give Arkansas a game, but they did not. I mean, beat them 101-49, put them away early.
Yeah, they took care of business. Well, catch the Chuck and Bo Show on demand anywhere. It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Wherever you get podcasts, drive with confidence.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every